audio, chords, tongue, mouth, lungs, speaking, audience, dance, listening, audience. I've been speaking to my audience specifically on live videos in Instagram daily, and I wanted to say that one of my biggest strengths is seeing potential and sorting out what is potentially satisfying and of true value and what's gonna last or just be something like hype, actually. Also, this is a weakness and a problem for me. It's both, actually. It's one of my biggest weaknesses, actually. It has me not act. It has me have people confused about where I'm at. It has me be indecisive at times. And it's one of my biggest assets. I think that, very possibly in the long run, it's really great for me and my students that I've been this way. Hey, what's up? Ignorantly speaking. Ha! How you doing, old friend? And welcome. And I think that this capacity to see, to wonder what really is a valuable or satisfying, has me at times holding out because I see that things aren't, that there's a lot of people, there's a lot of hype at times. People sort of sometimes, I think, just sort of say stuff actually that isn't really true or doesn't really have the value that they are pretending that it has. Rebecca. Oh man, I forgot I told you that I called myself that. But yeah, man. Love you too. And let's chat sometime, hey? Let's connect. But anyways, one of this I think it's a real big flaw is that I'll kind of hold out until it's the right time somehow. And yet I know sometimes we got to get by. So maybe I could even say that it was like that when I was a Mormon missionary. I was like, I kind of think I know I don't believe in this, but I know I don't know. So, and this is the game that's been thrust upon me. So, I'll try it out, I guess, or something like that. But I think in the back of my mind, I kind of knew I didn't believe it the whole time, actually. And so maybe I was just waiting for the right timing. And, maybe I'm jumping the gun on this, but there's been times that I hoped that things would happen and they didn't get to happen. And then now some new things are happening right now. A connection with a potential collaborating partner that I think is way the best. It's better than all the other ones that I could have had. So had those ones happened, they wouldn't have been as potentially, authentically, long-term value, satisfying, connecting as the partnership that I'm currently nurturing with a colleague, a fellow who does similar work to me. And I really think that this issue of mine will, in time, have me refine the gifts I get to have, the gifts I get to give to you, the gifts I get to share with who is in my audience, audiently listening to me, and or offering receiving offerings of mine. Sometimes it seems obvious that our biggest flaws, we can see them as assets, and sometimes they alchemize into that. Maybe they're not that right away. Maybe it depends on the type of flaws that we're talking about. But in this case, I think it's like I'm here to have fun. I'm here to make a meaningful difference. I'm here to love everyone. I'm here to love everyone I am seeing who is near me, actually. I'm here to tickle the world. I'm here to flirt with the puppies. I'm here to enjoy joy and give joy. And make a meaningful difference. Regarding making a meaningful difference, I do think that there will be things that I do believe I can specifically be a part of the creation of for our world. I used to say that if I live long enough, I will be able to. And now I say, and I think I'm gonna live long enough too. So anyway, I'm sure there could be other things I could say about which flaws of mine I have that are assets. But I think really, honestly, one of my most challenging flaws is this. Maybe something like inability to connect and, or to commit, inability to commit. And, from a human developmental perspective, it's real easy to see why in the development of my character, it would be that he has a reluctance to commit in some way. I had it said to me by a close friend who understood my situation. He said specifically that he saw that, he said, you to me, Joey, you got to give yourself a little bit of a break. He said, I kind of know your history, where you're from and stuff like that. Just got a message, a good message, but he said specifically for the type of unique, we all have our own trauma and neglect and things like this. And he said, I think for the kind that you had, like, it makes it to where if it's not satisfying, if it doesn't seem like it'll work, he said, you kind of won't do it, and I think that's true. I figured out a way to be able to have it be that my assets be assets, and I think mostly they are something like what I, talk, touch, listening, and movement, what I call healthy, healing, humble, heroic, happy, humorous, and harmonious. Human, talk, touch, listening, and movement. Fundamentally, these are fundamental things that are, long-term worthwhile for human body beings. And sometimes everything else I'm maybe kind of a bit confused about in some way. So fundamentally, I feel like I'm here to contribute such a thing so that the universal cultural inheritance of our human family can be up-leveled. I heard it said by Charles Eisenstein. He was the writer of the book A More Beautiful World Our Hearts Know Is True or Can Be True or something like that. And he said that one of the things when money first came along in the human species, one of the things it did is it ate all the commodities and the stuff, the values and the commons, like food. Food was always on the fire, and songs always belonged to everyone. You could say that all the songs were the communities. The food didn't belong to Applebee's, and the songs didn't belong to Apple Music. There were these commonalities. When people came over, the soup was always on the fire, But now it's behind a paywall or something like that. So in some ways, Charles Eisenstein makes a point that when money came along, and it's not that he's demonizing it, because it's just a part of, the dynamic that we're wrestling with in the world, but that it ate these common values. And, I offer teaching on a certification course of physical application of loving kindness, a 4-day retreat-styled certification training. It's awesome, actually. And I give it to people for them to be better lovers, better friends, better fathers, better husbands, better mothers, better wives, better kids and brothers and sisters and things like this. And lovers as friends, but also professionals, people who want to be in a service-based business or who want to add what I'm doing to their arsenal of already awesomeness that they're offering. And what was I saying? And I think that value that I'm offering is one of those values that, compared to, making sure that we, get more Bitcoin or something like that. I'm not against Bitcoin, and God bless you if you got a bunch of it. I got a bunch of friends who have it, and it changed their life in really positive ways. So, sometimes our judgments, shut the freak up, Joey. Yeah. But and also, man, like if there is going to be human body beings, then what I'm teaching, is fundamentally, foundationally, super valuable compared to abstract finance stuff. So anyway, thanks for listening. Sending you big hugs, much love, high fives, hip bumps, booty bumps, nodding, shrugs, thumbs up, and blowing you some kisses. Peacefully, peacefully, peacefully.